Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Glow with Healings by glowhealing.com, and I'm back with my Halloween pick a card reading. So today I've asked Spirit, what does Spirit wants us to know for Halloween? Will you be getting a trick or a treat? And I picked these really cute little erasers that I found that are skeleton skulls. I love skulls. To be kind of like your guide if you don't know which card pile to choose. So we're going to start today by taking a nice big deep breath in and thanking Spirit for having us here today. And then we're going to hold that breath in and then let it out slowly. Then we're going to take another deep breath, eyes closed this time. We're going to ask Spirit for help and to let go anything that doesn't serve us anymore. And as we exhale out, we're going to let all of that go. Any negative energy, anything that we've been holding in that isn't for our highest good, we let go now. And as you open your eyes, pick the card pile that you're most drawn to. We have card pile number 1 here with the green skull. We have card pile number 2 here with the white skull. And we have card pile number 3 here with the purple skull. So when you're ready, I will go ahead and begin our trick or treat reading. What will we get this Halloween? A trick or a treat? Welcome back. And first card reading up is group number 1, which was the green skull. So let me put that right here and let's see what was chosen. So we have let me put that over here, the Justice card. We have the Magician, ooh. And then we have the Knight of Bats. Okay, so taking a look here at your cards, I'm getting a sense of I want to say trick, so let's just go with trick. So Justice is talking about fairness, balance, weighing things, weight of things. And then with the Magician comes in like this, like getting things done, making things happen, knowledge through power. So you're seeking something. There's something that you're weighing right now. You have a couple of decisions coming, and this has been kind of true for the last pick a card that I did as well. So you're weighing your options. There's something that you need to pick. You're kind of thinking about it right now, but in the end, you will move forward with this sense of knowing, with this sense of assertiveness, and it'll come to you. So the answer is going to come to you. I'm going to still say it's kind of like a trick because wow, okay, so you strike me as somebody who is very assertive, very like you take risks, and for some reason, for this decision, whatever it could be, whether it's work, love life, moving, anything like that, you're kind of wishy-washy on it. You kind of like one day I'll say, okay, I'll do this and I'm going to do this. And then the next day I'll be like, no, I'm not sure. So whatever is coming for you, just know that you will have a clear answer. You will decide, and it's going to be the best thing for you. And then once you make that decision, that final decision, you're going to move forward, move straight ahead with this strength and assertiveness that you are, because the Knight of Bats is actually the Knight of Swords, and that talks about moving forward and a bold, righteous person, fearless, defender of justice. So yeah, I get a sense of it's going to be more work related more than anything, whether you're going to move forward with this particular endeavor, it's going to be the right thing for you. Because of the Magician, I still keep hearing trick. So what it's going to take, I think, is just going to be you just being assertive and you just running with it, but not before weighing your options and seeing what's really going to be the best thing for you. And if you feel really good about it, only because, sometimes you tend to kind of rush into things without really thinking them through. And then they come back to bite you, to bite you in the butt. The next card here is Zombie. It talks about control. So this is you taking back control. So you've lost something or you're unsure of something. Well, just know that this is the right thing for you to do, or if you're waiting for a sign, well, this is the sign to move forward and move ahead with it. And this is what's going to be good for you for now. It's not something that may be forever. But it is something that you need to take control over and just go ahead and make a decision, and run with it. So let's see here. Let's see what else we come up with. We have expression, and that talks about, you see here, she's hiding behind the veil. But the butterfly indicates to me like a rebirth of something. So have you not stood up for yourself in the past, maybe, or maybe like you've just settled for that job or that person just because you didn't feel like you could do better? Well, this is telling you that it is time to take control of your life or of the situation, and just know that it is going to be for your best and highest good. Let's see here. I'm just going to look at it to see if there's anything else. So it talks about just not being afraid. This person is kind of hiding behind that veil. So just make sure that you express yourself, make sure that you say what you want, or that you actually do what you want without any fear of others judging you. Because if you always live in fear, you're never going to really move forward. You're just going to kind of be stuck. And when we're stuck, we don't feel fulfilled. We get depressed. We're constantly looking for something else to fulfill us because we're not being our true authentic self. So that's important, and that's actually what this suit is talking about. It's talking about, just weighing what is best for you, and just taking action. Stop thinking about it and just do it, because the more you think about it, the more you're going to procrastinate and not do it. And it's time. These cards are telling you it's time to move forward. It's time to get that business started. It's time to leave that boy or leave that girl. And if you're still not sure, there's the solitude card. It says alone, but not lonely. Okay. I am a person, I love being alone. I'm my own best friend. I can like play for hours and hours and hours and just do whatever, just do nothing and just get lost in my own thoughts. So this is actually talking about, in order to seek what it is that you want to do, or the answer, or to get that trick, you're going to have to look within and just take a moment. Sometimes we need to take a step back and not be in such a hurry to do anything. And then that's when you really do start to hear those answers. That's when you start to hear spirit talking to you. If you've ever heard that voice within, kind of like you're not, it sounds like you, but you're kind of contemplating things in your own head. That's spirit talking to you. Or that gut instinct telling you, like, why do I really feel the need to go to this particular store on this day? Well, you might get something that you've been looking for there on sale, or the job, or somebody that you haven't seen in a long time will unexpectedly show up there and offer you something, or you will make a contact, or just something. But that's what it's saying is, seek solitude so that you are able to seek answers within yourself, and you'll get a lot of clarity when you do that, and when you spend time alone, just being, that's what meditating is just being there. You don't have to meditate for a long time. It could be as little as 5 minutes, but just sitting and just clearing your mind and not thinking of anything and just seeing what comes. that's the most, once you learn how to do that, that is one of the most beautiful things. Okay, and then the other thing that I'm seeing is you're seeing a lot of inner growth. So you see a plant growing from all of these branches that are knocked off here, and then you see a butterfly. You have a lot of butterflies in your reading, and that just talks about rebirth or growth, spiritual growth, inner growth. So this is actually telling you that the answers that you're seeking for whatever it is that you want to do, and there is something that you're either thinking about doing or that you've been thinking about doing but just weren't sure, just spending time on your own away from others will give you the opportunity to see your truth, see your inner truth, your value, your and nurture yourself. You know, just even taking a moment, like say you don't have time to actually go away and go out, go for a walk, take a bath, just be. And it's in those moments that you're going to see and you're going to get your answer. And it's so beautiful to be able to do that and have that certainty and that just knowing that what you're doing is going to be right for you. Okay, and then the last card, let's see here. So I have Elizabeth and the Lion. It's time to become a great leader. Haha, okay. So it all fits with all of this. So whatever it is that you're contemplating, or if you're shy, you're about to give, I don't know, a presentation at work, at school, whatever, just own it. Own it. The shapeshifter animal that comes out with you is the lion. The lion is magnificent. They are a leader. Their roar, everything about them is just grandiose, right? And then you have this goddess, Elizabeth, and they're telling you that you have this regalness about you, that you have this presence about you, that you can be a leader. That is what you're supposed to be. People will look up to you, or people do look up to you, whether you realize that or not. So take that seat now and own who you are. And whatever it is that you've been contemplating, or you're not sure of, or you're just insecure about, well, you've got to get over that, because like it or not, you are a leader, and now you can be a great one. So if you're contemplating opening up a new business, or starting a new business, or whatever it is that you're contemplating, or buying a house, or just anything of that sort, and you're kind of not sure, just know that you've got this. And the more that you express yourself in that way, the more you're going to become this person. So, wow, what a great, let me see if I can see anything else that I missed here. I'm going to look up in the book here. It says, you must now express your authority and prove correct the trust that people have shown in you. Let's see. I just said this. Okay, it says there are people and beings who rely upon your example. You will be prompted, and with this, great new blessings will come and great responsibility. You are up for the challenge again and again and again. Like it or not, you're a leader. Now show you can be a great one. So yeah, that's what it's talking about. So whatever it is that you're planning to do, this is a good trick because you're unsure of something, but really you've got this. Like, you are a queen, a king, like you're royalty. So own it. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. And leave comments, or hit a like, or subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you staying for the read. Thank you. All right, group 2, welcome back. So this is your Calavera, or skull, and it's the white one. So if you chose the white group, or group 2, you are group 2. So let's see what is in your reading. Will you get a trick or a treat? Let's see here. Okay, so we have, let's see. Do this. what is that? Seven of Ghosts. So the ghost represents the cups. Huh, you have the Page of Ghosts. Okay, so that's the Page of Cups. And the Three of Ghosts. Hey, that's so cool. Okay, so all of your cards have cups in them. So what does that mean? So what I'm getting is you've had a lot of things come up where you're very indecisive. I'm getting like maybe you've started projects here and there and never quite finished them. Are you the queen or king of doing that? Where you start one thing or you're like something and then that will kind of, you'll get bored with that and put that aside and then move on to something else and you never quite finish anything. So that's the sense that I'm getting from the Seven of Ghosts here. Let's see. But I'm also getting, okay, so I'm also getting with the Page of Ghosts, that's something new, a new beginning, something new, something very, something new that you haven't experienced is coming in. Fish for me, a fish represents very good luck, like good fortune. So I'm seeing that coming into your future. So you're actually getting a treat. This is awesome. And that just solidifies it with the Three of Ghosts. So this is a celebration. This is a really good card. It's a very happy, positive card. So whatever you've been doing in your past, you've kind of just been, it's not really go with the flow. It's just like you have all of these opportunities to do stuff and you never quite pick anything. You're just kind of indecisive, but you've had all this stuff coming. So now something new is going to emerge. It's in the very early stages and it's got like a, like the page is usually a young child. It's a very, how do I say this? Like very gentle. It's a very gentle, artistic, almost like a dreamer type of card. So that's what it's telling me. It's like whatever's coming in is something almost like a wish that's being fulfilled or a new opportunity that's going to be really good for you. Eventually it's going to lead to something really big for you. And I keep getting like monetary wise. So I think that's awesome. Let's see, what else do I see? I just feel like a lot of love, a lot of abundance, a lot of joy for you. Like maybe something with work, like you're going to get a new opportunity or you're going to meet somebody at work. Like I just see something like you having some sort of celebration, which is really, really beautiful. Let's see what else, if we can't get anything else with that. So I have here owl, wise seeking, wise action. So let me show you. That's a really beautiful card. So with the owl, so that shows up as a spirit animal to me for you, meaning this is somebody who's very intelligent, very knowledge seeking, but also very very like independent. And for me, it's one of my favorite animals, and it's my familiar. So I always see it in my readings. Actually, one of my guides is an owl. Because I see the Seven of Ghosts, it just further cements that feeling of, sorry, there's a bunch of geese flying by. So if you wanted even more confirmation, there you go. You have a flock of geese flying by. So some more birds in your reading. So the owl is just further cementing to me that you do need to be better about finishing what you start, and just really thinking about and weighing what choices would be best for you before you make a decision. So, but I do see you doing that more because of the Page of Ghosts. Let's see, what else do I see? So it just gives me that feeling of Halloween, that supernatural feeling, that wise seeing, wise action. So whatever decision you're going to be coming to, it's going to be the best thing for you. And then we have the Grace card here. So this is talking about is actually just being out more in nature to be able to seek the answers that that you want or that you need. Spend more time outside, just be out in nature and just kind of seek that solitude. Again, we have the theme here, so that you can get your answer. And Grace is talking about, you know, just kind of moving effortlessly and just being, just existing. And then she's surrounded by like all these beautiful blossoms. So again, I get that beauty, like you must be a really good looking pile number 2. Let's see, like there's blessings coming your way. Let's see, what else do I see? Let me look at the book on this one. Okay, it's talking about, it says, take heart and return to the miraculous simplicity of the moment. Through the gift of life alone, you are already part of the miracle of grace. It says, you may feel overwhelmed by the pressures surrounding you, or isolated and disconnected from the beating heart of your sacred relationship to life. So it's saying like maybe you overanalyze things, and then you tend to not do anything because you just can't make a decision. So being in grace, acting in grace, just kind of going with the flow. You know, when you're graceful, it's almost like this beautiful dance that you're doing without really doing it. So that's what Grace talks about. So maybe in being with nature and being one and just being in solitude and just doing whatever floats your boat, then you're going to get to that answer. You're going to stop doing all of these things where you start something and then you don't finish. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, we have, let me see so you can see this, the protection card. It says set personal boundaries. Okay, and then she has like all this prickliness. Okay, so that just tells me that there's been a lot of maybe even people on you that criticize you over the fact that, you know, sometimes we just don't know what we want, or sometimes we do start. I know that I was guilty of doing that, where I would start one thing and then not finish it and then something else, and I just didn't know what I wanted growing up. And it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do as far as career wise. But once I figured it out, I love what I do. And it didn't matter for a long time. It did matter to me what other people said. And that's why it stopped me from doing what I wanted to do. But once I stopped caring what everybody else was saying, it's almost like I developed this shell, and I feel really good about anything that I do. And it doesn't matter how crazy it sounds. It doesn't matter how weird people think I am. I just do it because it makes me feel good. And that's what it talks about, setting your personal boundaries. And then maybe that could be too why you're getting this, the 7 of Ghosts, is just having that like just being indecisive or being unsure because you're scared of what other people are going to say. Well, you don't need to do that, because at the end of the day, you're the only one that's responsible for you, right? And you're the only one that can make you truly happy. So protect yourself, create that bubble, make sure that you're doing what it is that you want to do, because in the end, you are going to be so happy, group 2. So why not? You're only on this earth for such a short amount of time. And why waste it doing something that you're just gonna do because you want to please others, or because you're afraid of what others might say? At the end of the day, does it really matter if somebody looks at you funny or if somebody says anything? Not for me. So just do you, and you'll see that other people around you will start to change and will start to look at you in a different light. And if they don't, oh well, let those people go away. I love this card. She's like so beautiful, but she's hiding herself, and she doesn't need to hide. She's beautiful. My gosh, look at her dress. And then she has all these flowers emerging. Yeah, you've got this. Okay, let's see what this other card is. This is your shapeshifter card, kind of like your guide. It's Artemis of the Forest, and it says, now you are independent and free. Wow, what a beautiful card. Let's see. So Artemis is the beautiful Greek goddess of wild ways. She is a goddess of the sickle moon. And the bow that she carries with her, every arrow is straight and true. Nothing is wasted and all is preserved, cared for, and put to rest. She is the goddess of self-sufficiency. So it just talks about you being self-sufficient and living your life and not caring what anybody thinks. And sometimes in order to do that, we need to, maybe that's why you're getting this card. We need to kind of go back to the basics and just strip away everything else. Like, don't worry about, oh, whether I'm going to wear makeup today or my hair. I have to have, you know, this, whatever it is. Sometimes you have to strip everything back to the basics and then look within and start that way. And once you've done things on your own, once you've truly done things on your own for yourself, there is nothing better than that feeling of, I did this. Like, I did this on my own. I got this on my own. Let's see. She's the goddess of the wild ways. So it's almost like she's beckoning you to just live your truest life and just go leave all of those comforts that you have behind and live as close to the wild as you can. I don't know if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I'm meaning more like becoming self-reliant, quiet, stealthy, aware. You want to take your place as being somebody who is self-sufficient and can survive and support yourself. So that's really what this is talking about. And then the buck represents the king stag. Excuse me. The buck represents the king stag. I can't talk today. And I am so sorry if I'm butchering this, but it's Cernunnos. And this is like the god of protection for Artemis. It's a positive masculine energy, and this person or this energy will be drawn to you and have no desire to, like, how do I say this? He will have no desire to harm you. It will actually be for your protection. Like, he is standing forefront, like right in front of her, almost protecting her, right? And the deer in the back is representative of your energy, your feminine energy. So I really think that there's something coming in for you, like a masculine energy that's going to be very protective, like, I don't know, a father figure, a boyfriend that's going to be very protective of you, and they're going to show you something that you've never seen before. They're going to show you a side of a person that you've never had, like, you've never dealt with this type of attitude or this type of person. They're going to be good for you. So that's a beautiful, beautiful card to be pulling out. But again, it's just, you're going to have to really go within yourself and look within yourself and almost kind of go and see, okay, what is it that I'm doing? Why am I being so indecisive? Why am I attracting this? So this is coming for you. This is a really good card. So once you start believing in yourself and just letting yourself be and just living for yourself and not for what society thinks you should be, you're going to meet this person or this energy, and it's going to be a game changer for you. So group 2, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Happy Halloween. And you guys look like you guys are going to be, it started off as a trick, but will end up being a treat for you. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave comments in the comment section below, and like my page if you like it, if you like my voice, and follow me. I will be doing more of these as I have more time. And again, I am Glow with healing, healingsbyglowhealing.com. Alrighty, have a good one. Hello, group 3, and welcome back. So if you picked the purple skull Calavera, then this reading is for you. So let's see what is in your Halloween this year. Is it going to be a trick or a treat? So we have first up, we have the Empress card. Let me put that up here. Then we have the Five of Imps, which represents the wands. And then we have the Chariot. Okay, so let me take a look here. So the Empress is a very nurturing, a very motherly card, kind of like somebody who just is like a problem solver, somebody that will go above and beyond to please others. For me, it's a positive card. And then we have the Five of Imps, or the Five of Wands. That represents to me like a struggle. You're fighting against yourself, even though it's a group of people. But to me, I'm thinking like there's something that you're struggling with. There's something that you keep fighting against yourself with. I keep getting like you're doing for others and not for yourself. Yeah, just I just feel like there's a conflict of some sort, but I feel like it's more into somebody else. And you need to stop fighting against yourself, because in the end, you're going to come out of this okay. So maybe is it that you're staying in a relationship that you shouldn't be staying in? Are you at a job that you shouldn't really be in and you need to move on, but you're fighting because you're just like, oh my gosh, what if I don't find something else that's better out there? What am I going to do? Or have you been just kind of fighting against yourself, the inevitable, and prolonging what looks like it's going to be a really good outcome. It's going to be a treat. You're going to discover yourself. You're going to go on this trip. You're traveling. I do see travel. I do see a huge change for you, but it's a good change. It's a positive change. It's a happy change. And it's coming. And you're in the driver's seat. So why are you fighting against that? Or what is it that you're doing? Or what is it that you're afraid of? So this is represent, like I said, that's why the mother, this Empress, this motherly nurturer card is coming into play. Is to stop fighting that and take time out for yourself, and take time out for you to make that decision for yourself, because in the end, it is going to be for your greatest good, and it's going to be a positive thing. And then next here we have Winter, and it says, let's see here, it says the sacredness of pausing. So that talks about, you know, in the wintertime, everything kind of slows down, everything comes to a standstill, lots of animals go into hibernation. It's like everything gets wiped clean, right? So maybe it's talking about for the winter time, this coming winter, just taking time out to just be, and be in solitude, being alone, just to think about what it is that you want, what it is that you really desire, what it is that really makes you happy. Because when you spend time alone, when you are alone, that's when you discover what you really want, who you really are. And sometimes that can be a really, really scary change, which is why I can see, group 3, how you could be sometimes, you know, fighting against yourself. But taking the time to just look within and just pausing and just being and just getting to know yourself is a game changer. I'm going through something similar, so I can completely empathize with you regarding this. You have this leaf which is like dying, right? So it's representative of something coming to an end. I'm going to pull the book out so I can read, because this card usually comes with like a little divination. Let's see. It says, winter, the sacredness of pausing. It says, lightly I step, for the earth falls asleep, a lullaby to rest and pause, the soul's secrets to keep. Again, that just brings out what I was saying earlier, is sometimes when we pause and we're alone and we're in solitude and we're maybe not in that relationship, or maybe we're in between jobs, and we look within, sometimes what we find isn't very pretty and it's really hard to deal with, but we need to deal with it so that we can grow, and we can move on in a positive way. I know it's one of the hardest things to do, because again, like I said, I've done it, and like, I'm not perfect, but the more I embraced my imperfections, the easier it was to let them go and to embrace new and better imperfections that made me better. But if I didn't embrace that, if I didn't take the time to look within myself, this whole new person that I'm becoming wouldn't have emerged. So this is just kind of a reminder to let what is no longer serving you just kind of die away. And sometimes we don't even need to analyze it. We just need to acknowledge it, accept it, and then just let it float away. And then something new and better will come along, and it will emerge, and you will be a whole totally different person. What a beautiful card. That just reminds me of like Lake Tahoe. Anyway, the next card is nature. Let me see if you can see that. And look at this goddess. She's like just very beautiful, very sensual. Spend time in nature, just kind of just be and let nature kind of heal you. So you have like, what are these, like red poppies coming, and some are just blossoming. They're very red, so to me that indicates your root chakra. You have some yellow here. What are those? I don't know what those are, but they're yellow to me, which talks about your this talks about the yellow solar plexus, your third chakra. That's like your sun center, your fire, your energy. That's where we get all of our like ambition, sexual desires, just our fire in our belly, right? Like that saying. And then the red here represents your root chakra, the base of the spine, the red light, the root down to the earth element. That's where your grounding comes from. So if you're not grounded, like everything else is off balance. So because they're both showing me these on either side, it just creates that maybe you need to go back into nature and get grounded so that you can balance out both those chakras. She's also wearing, so this card is really very muted, but the colors that stand out are the reds, the yellows, the greens, the pinks, which again to me is just talks about the heart. And also the green here talks about the heart chakra, or your fourth chakra. That's a transformation center. Talking about, you know, like loving yourself, loving those around you, loving the world, or just loving yourself. So in nature, when you're in nature and you take in what's around you, it's so magnificent. It's such a wonderful feeling to know that you're this little tiny person in this big old world, and that we get to experience this. So maybe that's what this is telling you. Stop fighting your inner thoughts, your inner desires, and just let it be. Because in the end, it's going to make you, it's going to give you who you are and the path that's ahead of you. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. Let's see what else here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have the Mosaic card here. And this one talks about let chance play its creative role in your life. So if you needed any confirmation about the chaos that is, that inner conflict that you're having. So a mosaic, if you don't know what that is, it's those little, it's usually a portrait or some sort of, how do I say this? Just some sort of artistic expression where they use like these little, usually you would see it like in a church made of these little glass pieces, and they're different colors, and you just make up like this, like how she's doing. And you make up like this portrait or this artistic representation of whatever it is that you want to show. It's very beautiful, but they're made up, it's this huge art piece, and then they'll usually be made up with these little pieces in between and just put together. So what that is representing, because her eyes are covered here in the mosaic, is that you've been kind of trying to maybe micromanage yourself, and your life, and your view is limited to all the gifts and the potential the universe is showing you. So let those go. And once you break free of that, and you break free of those conditions that you've put, those limiting beliefs that you've put on yourself, you're going to be able to go on this journey where you're going to be a much happier person, a much more fulfilled person. And it's okay to say, I don't know. If you really don't know, you just, and that's okay. You don't always have to have the answers to everything. And that's why they're saying go back to nature, because it is with that you're going to get the answers that you're looking for. And it's okay to be fearful, and it's okay to not know. Let life surprise you, and you'll be amazed. Just take a step back and stop trying to fight it so much. And then the final, let me put this here, so we have this one here. And then the final one for your shapeshifter card is Fiona and the Unicorn, the gift of sacred sight. So unicorns are very magical, right? So to me, this talks about, and to me, they're associated with our third eye. So maybe, oh, and then there go those red poppies again. So yeah, you're going through a growth period, and it's going to be something that's a spiritual growth. Maybe you're trying to go into more of your spiritual self and trying to be, I keep hearing clairvoyant, where you're breaking away and you're going to start to see things. Have you ever closed your eyes and you see like images or thoughts that you get in your mind's eye, or even like colors that you get that you really don't know where they're coming from, and you're just probably thinking like, oh, this is just me, just a daydreaming or whatever. Well, that's not necessarily the case. Maybe your third eye is opening, and it's been opening for a while and you just haven't noticed. So the unicorn is standing right behind this fairy here, who also looks like she's a unicorn to me. And they're just kind of being, and then we have the snow here, which reminds me of this card too, the winter. So maybe that's what you're going to be doing this winter time, is just kind of seeking more of a spiritual side of things, and opening your eyes, opening your third eye more precisely, and just see the world in a different way. See it almost as if it's superimposed over the way you see things normally, if that makes sense. And the best way to do this is to meditate and to be out in nature. That's how I started. And meditation doesn't have to be something that you do for a long time. It could just be you closing your eyes and just looking in your mind's eye just for a few minutes. It could be as little as 5 minutes. And start with that and just see what colors appear, what images you get. And the more you start to do that, the more you're going to see things around you, and the more you're going to start trusting in yourself. And when you do that, it's a game changer. Everything around you changes. Your attitude changes. The people that come into contact with you change. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Well, whatever you're doing, it's a really fun journey that you're going to go on. I'm really excited for you. I'm curious to know If any of this resonated with you guys, if you could leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm really happy to have brought you this reading. I hope this gave you some insight. And this looks like it's going to be it's going to be a trick for you. It's going to start off as a trick, and let's see if you turn it into a treat, group 3. So I'm so happy to have been able to give you this reading. Please, if you like my voice, if you like my readings, please follow me and subscribe to my page. I'm Glow from Healings by glowhealings.com, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you so much, group 3, and have a beautiful, beautiful day.